Hello, good evening. Welcome to the very first podcast on the channel. Just something we're trying out. I am joined here by Morpheus, and I'm your host, Dragonborn McQueen, for the evening. We are going to be talking about things that we would like to see in the camp and ideas that we've had. We've been talking about on live streams and that, and we're just going to talk about it and throw open questions to the general public, audience, whoever is watching. And we'll be discussing everything we want in there. So, Morpheus, say hello, evening.
Good evening, across the pond.
Yeah. Hello, Ratty Star, how are you? It's so with first ever podcast idea we're probably going to go for about an hour and talk about things that we think should be in camp builds and things we think should be in the game, really. So, first idea, I think that the tackle the big one that I think everyone wants in camp ideas, that would be dogs. But okay, don't you necessarily agree with that, Morpheus, or?
I'll let you let you emphasise on your point.
Yeah, but I was going to say
it's not something I've ever thought of.
But a lot of people, I think, want dogs because they want them as like potential guard, like they were in Fallout 4. Mm-hmm. You know, so but also they want the companionship of having an animal there when they come back to the camp. I think the only problem is going to be budget when they come back. Is because I think it would probably, because it's such a animated creature and that it would add a lot into the budget, and that'd be the main issue I could see.
Given from if you look at when you've got your dogs, I would assume a Protectron takes. So I don't have the Protectron, and I don't think you do either. The Scrappertron things. I know they take up a small amount of budget. They don't take up a lot.
Yeah, but so you're saying it would work in a similar fashion?
Yeah, you would just kind of remodel the Protectron to the dog, so the dog will just go in a specific area, not all the way around your camp.
Well, I suppose people have animals, so that could be one thing.
Yeah.
Hello, Plinkett. How you doing? Oh, sub to you, Morpheus. There you go.
Oh, thank you very much.
Ratty has put more budget, which is definitely. I mean that. I kind of overlooked that one because I think that's a given, but I think you're definitely right there with more budget. More budget is something we all want, because I'm maxed out on this camp and there's items coming that I know. Yeah. So lots of agreement there from the team as well, I can see, for more budget. So yeah, more budget is probably even bigger than dogs. But what do you... I don't know, I think I've done quite a lot with this camp, and I think you can do quite a lot with the current budget. Yeah. Okay. Scorpio's just jumped in and said we need about another 10-20%, and that would give you that little bit extra to give that bit more design freedom, I think, is what you're saying. Yeah. So, the terrain size. Yeah, they give you the terrain size, but you can't really fill it. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there, I suppose, especially if you start.
Regarding the budget as well, I find when you assign, obviously, everyone here saw the museum. At some point you either saw the video or you went to the camp, and you all know how much of a pain in the derriere that was.
Yeah.
And I think as well, when you've got display units, that shouldn't either count towards storage. Yeah, it should count towards your stash box. In my opinion, it should do.
But your vendor shouldn't. But it shouldn't count towards budget as well as stash box. is what it
Should
does.
count to both. Yeah.
And it
And it takes up an awful lot. One medium-sized angle box.
Okay,
Probably took up a couple.
this seems to be a subject that everyone's got lots to say about. Let's have a look at the comments. Hold on for a second. I think Ratty's put more bathroom items. And evening, Dan. And hello, AJ. We can't hear whoever is talking to you. We can hear Morpheus. Yeah, Scorpio. Tell Scorpio to share his voice, or he'll egg his camp. Dan's put. It's not happening. He's just said, Dan, you've heard. But yeah, no, more bathroom items. Ratty put as well. Yeah, I think that's more decent bathroom items. We need a shower unit of some kind and clean bath, perhaps, or objects. Perhaps even a luxurious bath, like a corner bath or something. I mean, they surely existed in Fallout universe, so I would guess.
Yeah, say more bathroom items, and I'm just trying to think what more. And I was like, we don't have a lot, I'll agree with that. But I'm trying to think what else. A shower cubicle, sure. A mirror, like the storage container mirrors, yeah, great. And maybe one more bath. That's just my personal preference.
But the shower cubicle, the shower cubicle's already, the model is in there. I mean, there are several model things that, and I've got pictures I went around and taken today. And I'll show them shortly, and we'll talk about things. And some of them are apparel items as well. I mean, we might get to that towards the end, or I might do that for a separate podcast. But yeah, I've got items that could be put in the... Yeah, everyone's putting a sink. Yeah, definitely a sink. A big copper bath. So yeah, no, a decent sink, a clean bath and toilet. Jeeves has put. Yeah, well, okay. Let's walk over to. I'm going to go over to the bath. I know it's not completely, but the bathroom. They're right, because at the moment I'm using a punch bowl for a sink. We don't even have a sink of any kind. Not one single model. And you've got, look, this bathroom would be so much better with something better than that broken, rundown. Because if you were going to gut the White Spring, you wouldn't take these two poor specimens back to your camp, would you? You would take something decent, I would think, personally.
What I would want with you mentioned like a sink. I mean, I do like what you've done with the punch bowl. It's pretty interesting. But like you go into like the high schools and the train stations, you've got like a little cubicle. I want like cubicle variants. You've got your shower, your toilet, you've got in the bathroom, and you've got in Fallout.
So like
76, I think.
Like a public toilet, you mean?
Yeah, like a little cubicle thing. And, you know, and then the toilet would be like a separate. You'd have two variations, or three. One with a toilet, a bathtub, and an empty one. The empty one you could use as a bedroom, for example. So they should give you stuff like that. You could make your own, but again, too much effort. Now you've got me thinking about sinks. So.
Yeah, well, there are variations on sinks, but they could. I mean, they've got designers working for them at Bethesda. They could come up with something more than they've currently got there, which is our option of broken. I mean, there's not even a sink in the game. Even a broken sink to match the broken toilet and the broken bath would be good enough.
The broken world.
Yeah, but the thing is, we know how it all ends because we know Nuclear Winter's the final chapter in Fallout 76 history, so it all gets destroyed anyway. So what we do in the interim, it all gets destroyed. So what we do in the interim doesn't really matter, in between, because so we could have the most luxurious bathrooms on Earth, but it just seems. What are you doing now, Morpheus? I thought we were having a podcast.
I was just checking. I
was just checking that the sink worked over here.
Oh, I was making sure that the sink worked.
Yeah, so bathroom items. Okay, and budget dogs. Another thing we want, and I've got a picture. I've got several pictures actually. We'll start with. I know, wrong.
I don't know why I got into your Pip-Boy.
Yeah, going into your Pip-Boy to look at your photo gallery, because that. Yeah. I mean, I've everything everything in the game that's Oh, the silver stuff. Yeah, the silver stuff is from the vaults in Fallout 4. So that should so the modules are in there. But we were looking today, and we've got the Singer sewing machine. We looked at the mannequins here in White Spring, so we could have mannequins to hang clothes on, like a display case. And we've got the clock. And we've got that's a picture of a cat dancing with a girl. We've got a chandelier as well, which chandeliers we definitely wanted. Now this is a big thing. This is a big thing that we think is coming, possibly the Nuka-Cola lamp. I took a picture of that. That's possibly coming.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen that? That's in the PI house, and also this. We'd also like this, the chess table. With all the chess pieces on, that would be really nice. Yeah. The lamp and wallpaper. Ceiling paint, Dan's put. See what's happening with that girl. Yeah, change
different variations of ceilings and stuff.
And an Artex would be good. Yeah, and different roofs. Yeah, but different roofs. But that would be nice. Some kind of pattern would be good enough, rather than Artex. But yeah, Dan wants to know what's happening with this ghoul. Yeah, it was a dead ghoul at White Springs that was refusing to die. So Kat made it look like she was having a dance. That was all. So yeah, that's answered your question, Dan. But let's go back to... So, yeah, I mean, anything that's a model in the game, within reason. I mean, I can't put everything in there, but there are little things like a sewing machine would add a little touch to your camp. The chandelier would look good for a camp that is perhaps a bit more flamboyant. I mean, like here, it would be perfect to have a chandelier right above where we're sitting. That would be...
I was just thinking that way, you've got your little disco.
Yep, where the disco ball is, that's exactly where we keep saying we want a chandelier. It'd be perfect in here. And I'll stand up to show people because I can't really show you sitting down. But yeah, here you would just have a chandelier. And I would bring across another roof part there. Because I've had to double roof it, which is stupid. Double roofing it. If you had Dan's idea of putting a ceiling in there, you'd put a ceiling across and then it would be very, very...
right, I'm just going to mute my microphone.
Okay. But yeah, there are things like clocks and things like that. A double bed. Yeah, that's... Well, I'm...
Right, double bed.
Double bed is tricky though.
You have been saying ever since I put my bunk bed video out, I'll make a bunk bed. I'll put a double bed video out. When did I do my bunk bed video? Like a year ago?
No, you didn't do it a year ago, but yeah, a long time ago.
It was like a month ago.
But I'm putting together a video. I was waiting until my cough, cold, illness, everything, and I get a bit of time. I've put together a tour of this camp with the double bed tutorial at the end because it's only tiny, so it's not worthy of its own video. But I was going to put all together, so yes, it will show you how to make double beds. Because this camp has a double bed. I'm not going to get Morpheus to demonstrate. I'll just show you.
Quickly. Man, who do you think I am?
No, but look, we've got a double bed here. So there you go. You've got 1, 2, and it's a double bed effectively, with your own space to sleep on your own sides. I mean. But I think more budget, because I've hit max budget. I can't even ferment anything in this place. It's insane, and there's not that much in it, really. It's a basic house with the basic amenities in. I say it's a basic house, it's quite big, but I'm going to take the Christmas decorations down. It might look a bit different. Fashion Act, aka Christmas decorations. Double wooden door. or at least a centralised
Yes.
one. Yes, I agree with that.
One that like opens like a barn door.
A barn door.
You open.
A what? So you
Not
can
a
open the
barn
top.
door. You open the door and both the doors open.
Yeah.
Like Aragorn in Return of the King when he pushes both doors open.
Well, like, yeah. Oh right, yeah, I know what you mean. So, but you've got the barn set, and in Fallout 4, I'm pretty sure you had big doors. So the models are in the engine in the game. So I don't see why they can't put it in there. So you could have it so you could have your camp as a converted barn or something, or like you're living in a barn, and you can just open the barn doors, and that's your camp open kind of thing, and have a small door on the side if you wanted. Yeah, these sort of things would be far more interesting. Christmas event seems pretty fun. Yeah, I'm dubious about all that, Mr. Bojangles, but we'll talk about that towards the end a bit. I think we're just automatic doors, so you don't worry about them being left open. Yeah, Jeeves, that's a really good idea, because apparently I like closing doors. I've been told recently. I've been told I like closing doors, which is why people leave them open. No, camps just come. Yeah, I thought you might pipe up there, Cat, quickly. Yeah, the camps, I always come back to my camp, and every time I come back there's always a door open, and I've only got one to this place, so it drives me wild. And I can imagine with camps where I've had more doors, it's just like, yeah, people come in and just leave them open all the time. But I suppose if you had the automatic doors, you wouldn't have to worry about that, because they would just come and the doors would close.
Slocum Joe Creation Club has automatic doors, automatic open and close.
Yeah,
you open it, and after 10 seconds it closes.
It did, yeah.
That's really good. But I think for that to work, you would need power, because it's.
I don't think it runs on power. I think it just automatically works. I mean, I haven't used Creation Club, and I'm not used it for my survival playthrough. So I haven't
the
used
Creation
it for
Club
ages.
ones. The Creation Club door, as I remember, does require power, not like put a cable in the door. Like it has to have power around it.
Oh, right, like a conduit nearby.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a problem though, unless something comes along and destroys your generator. But
Bit of buggered, ain't you?
if that's the case, you mostly protect your generator. I've had the generator destroyed once here, and it's outside in front of my house. Just sat there.
I just don't have generators. I have like one.
Well, yeah, that's why I've got one generator. I went to someone's camp the other day. They had 2 generators, and I was like, okay, 2 fusion generators.
What are you powering, buddy?
Yeah, and then they had about 4 or 5, 40, 8, I think, purified waters and a couple of vendors, and it definitely wasn't more than 100 power. So I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, they had 2 fusion generators. So, yes, anything else you could think of camp-wise then?
Quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Go on then, fire away.
Specifically decorations. I don't mind with the build limits and the walls and all that. The walls are the same. You can just throw things on there. I want all I want all shelves to be like displays. But when we mentioned before about storage and the display units count towards storage, I don't want that. I want kind of if you've got a shelf, I want that to be a separate kind of build entity. If that makes sense. So you could just put things in one of the 3 shelves, in the second shelf, for example, put a kind of dog food. That's kind of what I want. I want all your shelves to be decorated somehow. Just the option. Scorpio came up with a really good idea with like conduits, and that's also good, but it's very, very, very finicky.
Yeah.
And then if you're stacking up shelves, you've got to put a conduit like 25 feet in the air. So that's what I want, more decorations specifically to display them.
See, I was when we were building this place, I was talking about perhaps something so you could put things on the table. Yeah, we were talking about small boxes the other day, weren't we, Scorpio, when we were at your camp? Yeah, and I was saying the nuclear winter one isn't animated, which is why. But Ratty's put, what about a water fountain to get purified water from inside your camp? Yeah, a little water.
Ooh.
That would be a good idea. And Dan's put a fake fridge for those of us less fortunate than myself. I can't see Bethesda ever agreeing to do that, because then there'd be no incentive to buy their $7 fridge that's currently $5 for $540. Yeah. A purified water pump, yeah.
But for that, I think you need to find a plan for both. The filter and the foundation.
Yeah, but there's no problem. There's no problem with finding plans and installing. Make plan finding clever then. So you have to find the filter plan and you have to find the full fountain plan, and when you get the two together, you get something extra. It adds an extra element to the game, and it would make it a bit more interesting for people. Oh, that's a good idea, and that it would add an extra element. I kind of like that idea. In fact, that appeals to me a lot, but okay. Fallout. Ratty was saying that it's just said that he hates the idea of finding plans because it's so random. It is, but if most of the plans are available in the vendor, then there's no comeback if it's certain things like for camps. And most camp things are in vendors in White Springs and stuff. You can find them all under one place.
Or very, very early, easy events.
Yeah. Oh, so there's no reason to play. Yeah. So you like the random element is nice. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's a lot of. Let me finish here. Go on.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Morpheus, you were going to say. No, it's alright, because nobody can hear your voice, Scorpio, that's all, so. Yeah. So, what were you saying, Morpheus?
So, when you mention about plans near enough, in quotations, should be given to you, like, an easier way. If you think of it this way, when you're in the vault, you're not taught how to make a generator, you're not taught how to make a television or any of this. So making a table, yeah, it's pretty easy. Get two pieces of wood and put them together. But with the high-end stuff like a fusion generator, generators in general, they're not as easy as people think, and no, you can't use a potato. Stuff like that, I can see why.
Because the overseer was thick as pig and didn't think ahead, basically.
Yeah, and it's like stuff like a fridge.
Sorry, what happens in 25 years? There's something important that happens. I can't remember what. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, you're all going out there. Have fun. I've taught you nothing. Yeah. Thanks.
But it's like simple stuff like tables and chairs the plans should be given very early on. Like a table and chair, simple like wooden or cloth, should be done and given earlier on. Because I have, on this character, I'm not my high level one.
Yeah.
I don't have the plan for a lot of the stuff in this room. The television, the table, the cabinet on your left, the statue, any of that stuff.
Because it's quite expensive.
You can earn them or you can buy them.
Yeah, well, I brought most of the stuff, but because getting it randomly was a pain in the ass, whereas going to Plinket's or whatever, I can't remember what it is. It's not Plinkett. The person in
Cricket.
I can't know the person in White Spring. I can't remember what they're called. But she has all the plans basically.
Yeah.
Or that robot has all the plans. Saying at the end, and I go in. I used to go in there, and I was like, right, I've got 1,000 caps. I'm gonna go in there and buy something. 1,000 caps. I go in there and buy something. 1,000 caps, and I just kept on till I went in there, and now I go in there, and it's just like, got it all. Thank you. Don't need to bother with that shop ever again. Then you've got the random element. I mean, when we started, we didn't even have the vendors in White Springs, so you couldn't even have a chance of going in there and finding the TV plans or the whatever plan you want. I think they have brought some improvements to the game, but there's still a nice element of you could be out in the wasteland or you could be taken over a workshop and suddenly you get a plan. That's good. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All plans should be tied to quests and events and should be obtained by everyone. That's what Ratty's put. Yeah. Only the it's a continuation of scavenging. Scorpius just said, and the camp plans should be quest rewards. I think Wolfie Boys put Mr. 30,000 caps buys everything. Dan, thanks. Yeah, all right. Thanks for. Blinket's put leave me out of this. No, I think he's referring to me. I've only got 20,000 at the moment, Dan. I'm in fact just under. I'm quite brassic at the moment. Plans being quest rewards would stop people cheating with eBay, so that would be a good idea. A smart way of earning plans, a targeted way, like if you grind X event 10 times, you'll get it. Not like the shielded raider, plasma grenade, ultrasight gatling, etc. The plasma grenade, that's coming for the Christmas event, so good news for everyone. That's something we definitely know about. It's going to be a random drop in the Christmas event.
I actually really agree with Jeeves Worcester. Love the name as well. Like every event should be like if it's got a 25% chance to drop, that's a quarter. So if you do that 10 times, you're going to get that at least 2.5 times,
right.
two times.
Oh yeah, or have it so you've done it accumulated. A percentage shouldn't be under 1% because that's just beyond impossible. With the Fashion Act, they got really bashed for Fashion Act because that was handled so badly. And people didn't get any of the rare mask plans. I mean, I think we got the camp stuff quite easily.
I had one because obviously it was only on for like 5 days.
Yeah, it was on for 5 days. It was just continuous.
And those 5 days, university. So I have one plan.
Yeah. Ratty's saying he's got 100,000 caps. Yeah, but Ratty, you've got several characters doing it, and you've got mules. I've got 4 characters. They each earn their own caps. So.
Prostitution. Selling shoes, there's many different ways.
And Dan's giving me hassle for how much I paid for bulk lead yesterday. I don't care. Oh, no one's hit like. Yeah, hit like, guys. That would really help.
You're on
the stream.
5 at the moment.
No, they have. Oh, Ratty has 4 mules. Yeah, that's why he's got loads of them. Yeah. Well, see, I don't. I have 4 different characters, and then my son has a character as well, so it's 5 different character slots being used genuinely for different builds and things. So I can't just I can transfer caps between them, but I don't like to. I kind of like them to each earn their own things and their own plans, because it feels better. But at the moment, everyone knows I'm on the road to 300 kick, so that's the main thing I'm concentrating on doing. But yeah, so
cool.
Plans. So yeah, I suppose that's all tied to camp, isn't it? Budget, plans, extra items. So if it's in the game, we think we should have an option, and it's camp related. We should have the option of being able to purchase the plan and build it. I kind of agree with that. I think,
I think with workshop events like Defend Wade Airport, they should yield more than one plan. Because when I was a low level, I used to grind that event out like it was a rude word on another one.
Yeah.
And I would get about over an hour. You defend it 2 or 3 times, and you get 2 or 3 plans. They should, depending on the region. So the Flatwoods is like the easiest area in the map. You should have 1 plan. In the Maya Cranberry Bog, you should get 2 to 3 plus.
We did Dolly Sods for ages. If you go back on if you look way back, there was Lost Soul and I before. I think even knew a lot of you guys, and we used to hit Dolly Sods all the time, just to try and get a rare plan. But we would end up with one we've already got most of the time, and things. And it was frustrating, from because like you say, you're in an area, or perhaps if you're in an area like that, you should have a higher chance of getting a rarer plan. Yeah. Areas. Stop game slave. Okay, hang on, Wolfie Boy. I think Westlanders will be Fallout first exclusive. I don't see how choices will change the map without a private world. No, it won't be. It's going to be instanced. That's how they're going to do it, Wolfie Boy. They're going to instance it. Yeah, so like your choice will be different to my choice, and in certain areas, different. Your things will be different for you to me, for example. Yeah, depends on your choices, and yeah, your stats and all that. So it's all instanced like the Vault raids are, which is why it's also delayed, because it's that very technology that doesn't quite work as well as Bethesda want it to, and that's probably one of the reasons why they're trying to fine tune it. I would guess. That's a guesstimate. But, yeah. Based on what I know, which is, it wipes characters at the moment, which is very bad press. If you could go and talk to an NPC and suddenly you lose your entire inventory, well, that would be a real disaster, in my opinion. But that's just my theory. It's just a game theory. But yeah, go back to camps. Plan kits, 200 atoms. Level up kits. Oh no, that's real pay to win. Now you say that, Wolfie Boy, level up kits. You just won't. And what's the point? It's easy enough to level up in this game anyway. And they keep throwing double XP weekends at us. They'll be doing another one soon.
Yeah. I'm gonna move position.
You're gonna sit next to me.
I sure am. Cold in this world.
I nearly made some other reference, but he's
Look
got
like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, you're looking a bit. Yeah. I don't know camp-wise what else we could talk about. Really, any ideas? From You've got
right.
Had a few. Go on.
I've, like when we say decorations, obviously I've said my shelves and malarkey. I also want miscellaneous stuff more. Like I want like a separate. I'm one of these people. I will throw plants or something to make it look cool. Yeah, I say a bit, Dan. Is he gone?
Yeah, he's going.
More like plants, more things that emit a radiant. So if you do art class farmer, moist rat kelp. A moist rat kelp is a plant that actually moves, and it emits this weird kind of red fog. Now that's a quest-related item that I've got in my display. I want that just to put down in your camp.
Take a plant, you mean?
A plant that would actually grow.
Yeah, I would like more planting options, actually, because if... Yeah, it's going to need a budget. However, if you need it to make a certain like Formula P or something, you can't place it in your camp, and so you can't. Therefore, you have to go and do the event every time, and nobody else does the event. You're in catch-22, aren't you? You can't do that. Yeah. Planters, yeah. Planters, yeah. Well, they were in 4. Yeah. 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 Planters, yeah, would be very good. Go on, sorry, Morpheus.
Someone just bought bulk acid, thank you.
Easily distracted? Yes. Go on, planters. What are we talking about? Yeah, so... Oh, Morpheus has crashed, I guess, due to his internet, which is why he's not here. So I shall talk for him. Yeah. Yeah, but... planters would be useful because... Planters would be useful because we get the... quite often, cannot plant here, or item is floating when it's not. You can clearly see it's in dirt. Or you get lots of issues. Oh, and you could put them inside. Yeah. Yeah. You're back. But you need to load in. Yeah, build a planter and a greenhouse. Or even be able to build... Yeah. where you could build a greenhouse. But the glass isn't in there that was in Fallout 4. The glass panels for warehouse. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Come on, yes. Right. Yeah. That would, yeah. So one of one plant, basically, is what you're saying. No, it doesn't sound... yeah. With... Next... Well, they've mentioned... But they... Yeah, and people have mentioned on Reddit about the ammo exchanger. People have mentioned that idea in Reddit as well. So Bethesda have probably seen it, and it's probably something in development. It's probably something that it's probably not going to be a Fallout First exclusive, like Jeeves has said. I think it will probably be something like a utility item, though, like your scrap kits or your other things, and it will allow you to exchange ammo for something else. It's a pay-to-win item to a degree. Again, so there'll be more outrage. Mind you, I suppose there can't be any more outrage because Bethesda have said Bethesda have said they're doing pay to win now. Tough luck. So there's no more outrage. Yeah, I think the next one for us to be ammo box that robot. Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not talking about Fallout First, but it's increased camp budget for first owners. That's a possibility in the future. That's something that, and so camp specialisation, a shop owner, doctor, or hire office allow people to roleplay with special camp items with functions. That's a good idea, yeah, Bob Janga. But there is something in this that's actually the stretcher beds. They're in the game already, like they're in the place, the Rangers station down in the Cranberry Bog. Sorry, where was the place? The Gurneys, yeah, that's what I'm on about. Thank you, Kat. they're in the game, but you can't interact with them or anything, or you can't put them in the camp, and they should be like an optional. So people can do that sort of thing in their camps, because yeah. Oh, yeah, there is. I think it's the DMV. See, but that, yeah, but the problem with that is it's very hard for them to then program if there's lots of variables. That's the issue, I think, there. That's why it's like you're a military person, that's it. But then everyone's a military person. What is outside my camp? Okay, I was wondering. So it was your fault, is what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there's loads of things, models in there, model-wise, that they haven't put in optional for us to get. We talked about things that perhaps you could put on to put a bit of decoration, even if it's a set decoration you could put in front of the camp, like on the table. So like you could put a plate with some cutlery on or something, you know, and a bit of food, something like that. Just, yeah. Kind of, yeah. Does it allow you to put stuff out then fully? Because I've only done that event once, haven't I? The Bowling Green. You put it on the table as part of the event. Yeah. Red Cabbage has put, we need more stuff for the chainsaws, better mods or legendary. And yeah, chainsaws and rippers and decrease the levels, Jesus. But yeah, that's sort of weapon specific. We kind of might talk about that in apparel as well in this. I don't know. We're trying to stick to camp at the moment. Atomic Shop items not being limited time and have a search bar for items. Yeah, that's a good point, because Dan went in there the other day to look for flaws and couldn't find any whatsoever on live stream. I saw, and I was like, I think but they do that limited time thing to try and make you rush, think, oh, it's going, we must buy it now kind of thing. It's psychological. What comes back in 2 weeks' time? Flaws and that. Yeah. A tinkering bench would be a good addition for the camp. Swap and change legendary effects. No, I wouldn't like that, because then, because that's kind of like the enchanting in Skyrim, and you can make things exactly how you wanted them and become really OP really easily, and everyone would be walking around with exactly the same legendary effects on. All. Yeah, you'd be able to create legacy weapons that aren't in the game either, and they wouldn't be able to balance the damage and all that sort of thing so quickly. I think a legendary exchange would probably be a good idea. Not a good idea. We need more nice rugs for the floors. Paula's put, hello Paula. Yeah. And fair point. More rugs. Yes, there needs to be more floor options, because our current rug and curtains, Kat's just said. So rugs and curtains, yes, because our curtains look, or blinds, or anything to rug, or glass even, perhaps. We said we're going to get onto that. Yeah. 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 Right. But even so, we shouldn't have to do workarounds. We should have the option of it being there. But Eleonora put in curtains in 4, and they were really easy, and they were really simple, and they just snap on, or they were complete ones on a bar, and you just stick them over the window, and that was it. You'd have curtains. It didn't have to be that complex. You could just do it like a wall decoration, put it anywhere, so somebody could have it slightly off the floor, you could have it touching the floor. You just want them, from the top down length, a sort of fitted length, and then the people can decide on roughly where they want to put them. Just have it behave like a wall decoration, but be able to be placed over a window in that specific area or anywhere. And then, because then people could put them over doors. I mean, that's a very old-fashioned thing, but somebody might want to be able to put a curtain over a door or something, and that option would be there then if it behaved like a wall object. Or you could put it over a picture or something. You could do. There'd be so much more creativity and options to be able to do with a simple object like a curtain. Rug-wise, it's better than these things with holes in that we've got in front of us right now. It's just like, and not make them. Yeah. Why can't you patch a few holes in a rug with a bit of weave? But yeah. Hello, Sinister Hand. How are you doing? What's a radio help beacon for people in your team? Oh, Scorpio's disappeared off. Have we upset you, Scorpio? Wait, got okay. Oh, Scorpio crashed. Oh, that's alright. At least we know what's going on. Sinister Hand. No, Kat's not here at the moment. She's not talking anyway. You won't hear her. She said, I'm not talking about Sinister Hand. Not tonight. I can't be arsed with him. Sorry, he called me a toxic hacker last night. She said apologise to Sinister Hand. I'm getting told off. Yeah. Another thing as well, the jukebox. Why does the jukebox play classical music? And it's playing in the background now. It only plays classical music. I mean, a jukebox not playing rock and roll really messes with my head, I'm afraid. It just winds me up. Yeah, it's upstairs and it is playing in the bedroom and it is playing classical music only. Yeah. It's an 8-track actually. That's what it's more like. It's like the old 8 tracks. That's what it's meant to be. But it yeah, I want to say before my time as well. No, it's like an 8-track. That's what it is. Which is like a cassette. It's the same sort of thing. Yeah. But they would have been alive. So they probably would have been music. That's because a lot of people were saying that they wouldn't have made music, and it's like, well, not necessarily. What, we're going to move up here? We're going to retire to the to the book corner. Yeah. I don't know. It annoys me that it does not play classical music. Sorry, normal music, normal radio. Well, thank you, Mason, for joining in there. Did you want to say something? That's the White Spring picture, anyway. Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough pictures. That's one thing there is a good amount of in the game. Welcome to the Hackers Club, sister. Having a robot that guards your camp for Fallout First or 200 atoms. A robot that guards your camp. But that would be no different to the turrets. But I suppose you could. Yeah, an assaultron. Have your own personal assaultron to protect your camp, or a sentry bot. The Scrapatron does collect scrap. He doesn't do anything else. I'm writing that and saying that on a cat. He won't attack anything or defend. No, he's not a defense budget. I mean, yeah. Yeah. But they probably charge more atom for that. Some of the items from Fallout 4 DLC will let you set up ammo factory. But we don't need the ammo factory anymore because you've got the Tinker's Workbench. That kind of negates that whole thing, and it's an easier process. Because collecting ammo in Fallout 4 was a pain in the backside. Yeah. Yeah, it was a pain in the backside just to make tiny things. But you had to do it to get one of the trophies from contraptions. It was so annoying. It was just so irritating. Makes so many. I did it, but yeah, it took about a week of constantly collecting stuff and that. Yeah, so Rattis said you don't need an ammo factory because you can make ammo. Yeah, I think. But I was going to say you're going to have a. You're going to have a Ratty's on Xbox, I'm afraid, Cat, so... yeah. Unfortunately, it can't be helped, but yeah. Just need Fallout first. Yeah, not entirely serious. I guess that, Jeeves. Yeah, you don't need Fallout first to have lots of ammo. I mean, we purchase ammo, we do quite well with it, and I collect quite a few bits while I'm out and about. Because I'm melee build, I'm just collecting, like, cans and stuff. Who's it? Oh, Raz. Yeah. Top of the world. A dam over in the mire. There's cans there. There's just loads of places where you can just find paint on top of West Tech. Oh, we're Super Mutants all have 5.56. You occasionally get some on the Scorched in Big Ben Tunnel. There are plenty of places where you can go to collect ammo when you need it. The one that's a pain is 5mm. I find that's a pain, but a lot of people sell that, so I'm alright in that front, because a lot of people, like, low levels don't realise how useful it is, and they sell it for 1 cap a piece, and you just come along and they've got like 1,000 pieces, and you're like, take that. I mean, I'm on 13,000 at the moment with 5mm, so I'm alright. Not me. Oh, the thing is, Matty Star asked who had Fallout first. Yeah, I don't have it either. Those that have it, do you think it's worth it? Yeah. Since Junkatron, it produces some extra ammo while out and about. You could... Yeah. If Fallout first had more appeal, you think they'd, like, there was more control. You were saying more controls, yeah. For, like, weather, time of day, and perhaps say, yeah, control options. Well, they said they were going to add that, the ability to control who enters and whether you can accept or decline, but it still hasn't been implemented. Next update, Fiverr, yeah, okay. Oh, so Wolf Boys put Fallout first, I can't live without it anymore. Jeeves put, I think the scrap box and tent makes it worth it. Should be available to all, really. Yeah, that's the issue there, Jeeves. I think you've hit it 100% on the head. Plinky's put it's equivalent to 27 pence per day. See, I hadn't worked it. Why fast travel back to your camp when you can place your own tent? I think it's worth it for me, for content creator, but if I wasn't making Fallout videos, I probably wouldn't have it. Well, you see, yeah, I'm of the same milk as you there, Ratty. I think if I was in a position where I could get it, I might get it. But then again, I enjoy the public service. I enjoy the vending. I enjoy the you know, all the interactions, everything else, the ability that random events spawn, people turn up to them, and you don't get that so much on your private world. The other thing it is helpful for is probably taking over workbenches and specifically grinding to collect resources. I'd say that's where it comes into its element, but you want more options. You want it to be like almost like a server. You want controls, like Scorpio said, you want weather controls, and perhaps you want to say, well, in this world we'll have no ghouls spawn, or, you know, something like that, or we'll just have only, everything is a mole miner, or everything is a super mutant, or something. You want a bit more control over your Fallout private worlds. Worth it if you play every day, but on principle the timing for first is naughty. I got first so I can be left alone and only play with people I want to. Yeah. There's something that you need to make a video on. You can do that in peace. Ratisper. Yeah. Yeah. I've had a really good idea of something that I could do only on, and it worked really good on private servers. You get a group of friends together, and you go and play Risk, but Fallout. So take over workshops, and whoever gets the most workshops, and then eventually, and then perhaps when you lose all workshops, you're out of it. So it'd be Fallout Risk. It'd be quite a good. But I didn't say that in the live podcast stream, so nobody's going to nick that idea and do it themselves. But yeah, no, I think that's a really good idea. And you could do it on a public server, but then you might get random people. You might get that random element. So that's the problem. Oh yeah. Sorry, Ratty's just put secretly noting that one down, and everyone's saying that you put more money into games you don't love, so why not put some money into the game you do love? I do, yeah, I like Fallout 76, but the annoyance is there are things that I'll do another video about the bugs and things that really grind my gears about this game a year on, that have been here since pretty much the straight. We'll do another podcast about that another day. But there are things that still occur even now, and I'm thinking, why has this not been addressed? And in fact, when we started, melee used to be so much more powerful. I run a melee build, Blooded, and it used to be so much more powerful, and people just whined and bitched about it all because not everyone had it, and then it all just got nerfed, and it took a fun element out of the game. I still enjoy what I've got, but it's not the key. But people were like, oh, you can one-hit something with a melee character. And it's like, yeah, but you can shoot something with a gun before it gets to you from 50 yards away. Whereas with a melee character, you've got to close that distance and not get killed, and then kill that creature. So it was swings and roundabouts, I think. But yeah, I still have that. Yeah, that's the thing but that's the thing. Guns and that, and now explosive guns and all that sort of thing is being brought in line with what melee damage can be. So it's becoming, everyone that's melee is becoming pointless, and that's not the right way of doing it. Guns have an advantage because they're ranged. So I don't know. The balancing isn't quite balanced, I don't think. It favours the length, the distance weapons. But I mean, I know Ratty often says that PvP is useless with melee, and so does Dan. But I can still give people a fair run for their money most of the time but I've got the Unstoppable Monster. If you didn't have that and you had a normal melee weapon, yeah, PvP is pretty useless, and that's the thing that's annoying about it all. Yeah. In that case, so you need Secret Agent and Stealth Boy Mark 3. That's the way I'd go. We were talking about camp builds, and this is camp builds, but we're just slightly gone on a detour. It would be a podcast without a detour. For PvE, sneak melee is king. PvP, fast fire rate, crazy or very brave to try melee for that. So yeah, Jeeves, I probably fall into both categories there. Brave and very crazy. But yeah, camp wise, You've got a few more ideas. Okay, fire away. Stairs not being able to be put up against walls. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 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 Half stairs as well. Yep. There is. Vertical half walls. Okay. Yeah, half stairs, but yeah, but half stairs are in the game already because they're in Fallout 4, so they're in the engine. It's lazy that Bethesda have not brought them across. It's very bad on their behalf, and it looks bad after a year that they haven't done it, in my opinion. Especially as they know that a lot of the fans that have come from Fallout 4 are playing Fallout 76. So, we remember what we could do there, and they've not brought it across. And it'd make it so much easier, because sometimes you go to put some stairs in, and it says you can't put it there because it hits a rock or something. Half stairs, you could put them in, boom, job done. Or then you have to put the concrete stairs in or something, and that's not what you wanted. You might just wanted some little metal stairs going up to a wooden shack to create that aesthetic. That needs to be that option. And also you might want to create a house with 1.5 floors like ceiling. So then you have one stairs, normal stairs, and a half stairs, and there you go. But they have got the half floors, but the annoying thing is you can't have half lino or half grass or half. You have to put wood or the mesh. There is no, and all that stuff you paid for is not on that, which is also another lazy thing that they've done. So if I put down 2 half bits, I couldn't make it have the dark lino like I've got in this bedroom. On both those bits, it would just be wood or mesh. There's no in between, and even with single squares, there's no. And you paid for that option you've got that from the Atom Store. You might have paid for it or whatever. You've earned it. It should be there. Those options should be there for you to create that sort of thing, but it's not. Mod support, Wolfie's put, it needs to be high on Bethesda's list after Wastelanders. Mod support, yeah. It'd only be Fallout first exclusive private worlds, and it's a tricky one because how many mod creators are going to want to buy into Fallout first just so they can create some mods? That's the thing. Unless they're giving it for nothing to work on it, and they need to get in the big names like Eleonora, Andrew WCX. She likes 76. She plays it. Yeah, I follow her on Twitter, Eleonora. So I love her work. She's brilliant. She did the Coca-Cola pack for 4. So and did all the stuff for Skyrim and that. She's a really good mod supporter. Yeah. 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 No, no, well, I don't know. I don't know whether it is. I think it's just going to have different assets in. That's all. It's still the same. It's the same engine essentially as they had before. Is Morpheus speaking as we can't hear him? If so, you can't hear him now. Seriously, Morpheus. Jesus just said he can't hear you. Oh. Oh. No, but... Yeah. 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 Alright, yeah. That was in Fallout 4. Yeah. So, to have all the things that Fallout 4 had for camps, it should be available in this game, even if it's in plans. Yeah. Right out the bat, right out the stables. Yeah. Can you hear Morpheus now? Morpheus, speak, and
Yes.
I'll see if they
Hello,
can hear.
pork chops and bacon.
Pork chops and bacon. I don't know who pork chops and bacon are. Because Plinkett's put who you're talking to. I've just realised why you did that.
Wandering in the background.
I know Kat's walking in the background, but she also did an angry face because of what you said. So.
What, pork chops and bacon?
Yeah.
I'll always prefer bacon. That's my flatmate.
Yes, he's loud and clear. Jesus, but oh right. So when Scorpio cuts across, occasionally you can't hear him, guys. But we try and bring you what he's saying or translate what he's saying. 1,000 subs, he said, and he'll talk.
Imagine if you
happily.
get your first video out and you hit 1,001 subs.
What if Scorpio put his video out and hits 1,001 subs?
Yeah, and then he says, "Oh, now I have to talk."
Yeah, but he said I have to hit 1,000 subs. So there you go. So even if he gets 1,001 subs on his channel, he'll still have to get them all to come across to my channel and subscribe without talking on his channel, which would be very interesting
Todd
indeed.
Howard isn't.
Charlie Chaplin style. 11 people watching, only 7 likes. Well, they all need to hit the like button then, don't they? Yeah, so that would really help me. That would really help the podcast get out there, and so people can hear us waffle about camp ideas and Fallout Fest and all the things that are quite important to Fallout creators. I think camp
you
is
mentioned
quite central to everyone. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Scorpio. Morpheus.
in the comments, Wolfie Bob mentions Todd Howard Rain 76. Did you know Todd's been banned from coding in his own games? He's not a programmer. He's a games designer. Is not the same as a coder per se. And there's a lot of like variations of
I am not even going to begin. I'm not even going to begin to talk about Todd Howard. That's a whole nother bag.
Todd Howard is a banned.
That's a whole nother thing.
Thought.
Yeah. And also, last time I spoke about Todd Howard, I got kicked from the game instantly afterwards, and my stream died. So I'm not doing that ever again. I'm not talking about him in any way, shape or form. The curse of Todd.
Another thing is as well, regarding doors, floors and stairs. Pop over to me.
Actually, talking of doors, floors and stairs, look at this. My
Shut up.
My thing. Look, look
Don't
at this.
jump over the edge.
No, but look, this on the edge. Why can't I make it? Yeah, what else to get for Christmas, mate? What we need is like walls or wood or railings. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that one, but that's a good idea. So yeah, but we also need for the garage doors. We need extra types of garage door rather than just one skin. It's part of that. That's it. I know it's meant to be with one particular, but you might want to put a garage door in next to your like brick or your wood or your barn or and you haven't got the options of making it like that. Single garage doors, yeah, would be good. Well, that goes on to the barn door thing as well. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Keeping on the topic of doors. Basically, where you're stood now is exactly where I want you. So, you know how you have like a full door and the door goes in the middle of the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want a door frame where the door goes on the end of the wall.
So like
a door can go here
yeah.
or there, not in the middle of the bloody floor, because that takes up so much room. Then you have to have your stairs leading up to the doorway.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a finicky thing, but
yeah, you managed it with Sims, so why can't we have it in?
It's like I've literally just finished my sketch. What I'm going to do for my camp. I've been doing it for like an hour now.
That's why you weren't concentrating on this podcast. 76 though, somebody once said it was like Sims for Fallout, and I was like, that's an awful comparison. However, the options. No. Scorpio saying it was me. I said I do not want wallpaper, and suddenly I got wallpaper. Okay. I did say I wanted the rundown camp builds. I remember that actually. Now you called me out on it. Yeah. It's alright, I can't when I mute the mic. We've been going for an hour and a half. Well, cool. Vault Boy Joker trade. Hang on, what? Vault Boy used to be an ad for Vaults. No, he's a Fallout first ad. Alright. Yeah. But perk loadouts will be coming, I think, eventually, so I don't think we need to that we'll discuss along with glitches and things like that, I think. Well, for another time.
We can always have another podcast before Wastelanders comes out.
I think we're going to have another podcast. Yeah, I think we've done all we can on camps. Unless anyone could... Have you got anything else, Morpheus, apart from your door positioning, your window positioning of windows? Windows. Bigger windows as well. Like big windows.
Floors. Circular floors.
Circular floors. Oh, that.
And curved walls.
But that's on concrete. Different roof textures. Yeah, we definitely different roof textures. Wood roofs, yeah, slate. Difference. Yeah, stuff like that. Well, Fallout First War is coming, Wolfie Boys. No, I see. That's not war. War never changes. That's a load of rubbish. Actually, I got killed recently by a Fallout First customer with his pay-to-win weapons, and I didn't care. And then he was like putting his tent in front of me and trying to run in front of us and trying to impress us. And I really didn't care. I mean, I think it did end in DMs. But which it took him 4 days to reply to me, and then he couldn't even spell loser without putting a Z in it. I was just like, if you're going to message me, at least speak English, you know. But yeah, I don't really care. If somebody else Fallout First, good for them. You know, I can't get it. I'm not in a fortunate situation where I can get it at the moment. If I could, I'd love to have it. It would be useful. I could see its benefits, you know, because there were times when my stash box has been full. But part of the management and doing that sort of thing is part of the reason I'm logging in and playing. So I don't know, would it destroy the enjoyment for me, having all that resources and all that ability to just stockpile it on a private world? Probably would. It would take a bit of the enjoyment out of it. The only thing, like Ratty says, is it's useful for if you're a content creator, if you had the option, you want to do a particular type of video, you've got a particular idea, like I said earlier, they're the only benefits I can see where you can explore things that perhaps you couldn't explore on a public server. But that's few and far between, those ideas. They're few and far between. So, is it worth £10 a month? on top of my £35 a year I'm playing for PlayStation? That's a tricky one, and that's where my issue lies. And I've said it in my videos about Fallout First. When it first came out, I said, they should have cut a deal with Sony so that we got it at a different price. There would have been uproar, but we shouldn't pay more.
What would have been good as well is that anyone played since beta.
Yeah. What?
If you've been playing since beta and you've got your receipt on your email or your receipt,
you don't need receipt. They know when we've logged in. They know when our account is created.
Then you either get a discount or your first 3 months free.
Yeah. Or some kind of incentive for people that have supported the game. Here, we'll scratch your back kind of thing, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that, so... Anyway, I think... So different roof textures, definitely that's a big one, because...
More variations,
Yeah.
Like Fallout 4, you've got the cloth roof.
Well, you've got the variations in the walls, but you've got no variation to match the walls. It's all this. And there's no individuality in everyone having the same type of roof. It's just not very good at all. But yeah, I definitely agree with that one. Anyway, have you got anything else to add, Morpheus, at this point?
I think that was everything.
I think that is everything. Anyone in the audience have any final questions or anything finally to add about camp builds and budgets? Every Queen fight has the tents everywhere. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I die a lot after that event's finished.
Those tents are quite helpful though, because when you're over encumbered, even it's nice to have a Fallout First customer there, because then you get the stash box and you can stick some stuff in your stash or manage a few weapons or something, so you can then then you can fast travel to the station to sort everything out finally and build some ammo and that in Watoga. I mean, so that isn't a bad thing. So I think people will see the value of Fallout First customers. It's when people start being, when Fallout First customer notices that someone's using their stuff, and so they move their tent just to be, while you're trying to use something. That's where the issue arises. That's just human nature, I think. So.
Bob Django mentions Red Dead let you use earned currency to buy a season pass. Rockstar are probably one of the handful of companies that can make a perfect open world game, in my opinion. So they know what they're doing. They messed up many of their games, and they learned from it.
They learned with GTA 5 Online. When GTA 5 Online was started, they learned a lot with that, because it wasn't.
Oh yeah, they did.
It wasn't all as good as it is now for them.
No, it's just trial and error, isn't it? It took them a while.
But they learned and they listened to people, the fans. And when there was errors, they gave away free stuff. When a Bethesda giving away some free Atom for when there's been issues in the game that they've recognised, then they've openly admitted there were glitches in the game, but yet they've not, sort of not compensated their public, their gamers, their audience, and that's something we really often mentioned. So it's a complex thing, but we'll talk about glitches and Fallout First a bit more in depth when we next do this, because I think I was trying to just concentrate on camp stuff more than anything, but we did get into Fallout First because obviously they're going to have extra budget and things like that, and it's important to everyone. So I'm gonna probably end there. GTA 5 pay to win. Yeah, there is a problem with GTA 5 PvP. It's pay to win. Yeah, thanks for the show. I also look forward to hearing from Scorpio. Great stream, Jesus. But thank you, Jeeves. So one day. Oh, right, you're fast travelling in. Okay, well, if everyone's fast travelling in to say goodbye, we shall come outside, or could come in. Or...
I'll shut the door. Oh.
Okay, we'll come outside next to the lines, and we should all say goodbye. As there's
McQueen, get in the middle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but nobody can hear your inventor. What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, look, I can't zoom in and out because as soon as I do, it enters into the.
I'll just use photo mode.
Right. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we shall see you next time. Bye bye.